So Ryan Garcia stops Javier Fortuna in the 6th round, and now it's looking like the coast is clear for a super fight between him and Gervonta Davis for later in the year. Like a couple months back, Oscar De La Hoya said he made Al Haymon and Floyd Mayweather an offer of 50-50 for that fight, and I see that that's where the problem is going to lie with making this, an actual thing that we actually get to see this fight. Unrealistic expectations. See, fans are going to go by, well, Ryan's a big draw, 9 million Instagram followers. Like, Ryan's a star, he has commercials. Ryan's never been on pay-per-view. And if you've never been on pay-per-view and somebody that has proven to sell pay-per-views, whether it's, 200,000-300,000, it doesn't matter. He's a pay-per-view attraction. You can't ask for 50-50 when you don't have that kind of track record. And because of how Ryan is looked at, he's looked at as potentially the next big thing and potentially the biggest draw in boxing. But a lot of his fan base don't have money. They're kids. Instagram is free. YouTube is free. Facebook is free. And so he's really big in the prepubescent teenager crowd, but not as far as, people that actually go to fights or people that spend money. Now, I don't think it should be anything drastic like an 80-20 split, but I think that this is going to be a point of contention in negotiations. And I think Ryan wants to fight now. I know Tank wants to fight, but I'm not sure that the business side is going to make us see this fight. And, Ryan has an ego. Oscar hasn't been the best at making cross-promotion fights happen. We were supposed to get Charlo versus Munguia, but Oscar somehow wanted that to be, a co-network deal. And there's only been 3 co-networked fights in the history of boxing. Like, not a lot of people know that. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis, and Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Munguia versus Charlo isn't one of those kind of fights. And it seems like it's not really the fighters that stop fights from happening. It's behind the scenes. It's the people that front the money. It's the people that manage the fighters. It's the people that promote the fighters. And a lazy fan just blames one side. Like, the narrative is that Al Haymon and Floyd don't want to make fights and they don't want to work with each other or work with other people. But in actuality, if you actually look at the history of the Zone's had a lot of talent in certain divisions. And like Demetrius Andrade never got Canelo or Triple G. Those fights never happened. Munguia never got Andrade or Triple G or Canelo. Those are all fights that could be made on that side. Those fights never happened. And so this is just a problem in boxing. So if I'm looking at it, and I'm being objective, I think that that's going to be the biggest roadblock to making this fight happen. Ryan Garcia not realizing, or Oscar De La Hoya not wanting to concede that he is not the A side in this particular fight. Tank is a more proven draw currently. Now, if they go ahead and they put Ryan on pay-per-view and he sells 200,000-300,000 buys, then yes, it should be 50-50. But until he does that, nah. Al Haymon and them is going to ask for the lion's share, and that may be the cause to negotiation stalling. But we'll see. It's a little too early for that. But I wanted to give guys a mirror, like a window into exactly what could happen with these negotiations. But as far as the fight goes, Ryan has all the tools, but a lot of flaws. And Tank, all it takes is 1 inch. If you give Tank 1 inch, he can put your lights out. So right now, I favor Tank. And unless Ryan has completely changed the style, it's going to end in stoppage, and it's going to end before round 5 and round 6. But you let me know in the comments below, do you think negotiations are going to go smooth, and who's going to win the fight? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. YSM Sports Media. We out.